Right.
Welcome back to Journey with Jay. Today we're going to be talking about 360 degrees of separation. Now, in your mind, you'll probably think, what is he going to talk about? But let's get into it. At one point in time in history, black men and women were standing together, right? We were trying to build and create things for ourselves. But other people saw these things happening and knew that if we continued along on this course, that we would be unstoppable. So what they did was they threw curveballs, right? The first curveball, they introduced women's rights. Okay. We all know there's no man rights, no men rights, or anything like that. So they introduced women's rights. So instead of us all on one accord, we had women thinking about women's rights, not all rights, right? So because they threw that curveball in, it kind of separated us and began the separation because we were standing all together. Now we're not under a single focus. Their focus is on women's rights and other things when we have a single focus. So that curveball was put in place to separate. Then as history goes along, right, and we go on and we move forward, they introduced Section 8, right? Section 8, right? Section 8, which provides housing for women who have children at a subsidized rate, but with one key element that cannot be involved in them getting that subsidized housing. The key element was you can't have a man in the household. You can't have a man in the household. As we all know, you remove the man from the household and the household crumbles. So they do that in place to create more separation. So then you have a man and a woman that had a kid. She gets on Section 8 that provides subsidized housing, but the man can't be present in the household, can't live there. So instead of co-parenting and you're in the same household, now the man can't be in the household because you're getting subsidized housing. So then you become a situation where we all know how things work. You're not in the household, then you're not seeing the kid as much as you want to, and it creates separation. So when you look at those two situations, right? Women's rights, subsidized housing. Those two things started some sort of separation within our culture, right? Then you look at how in this day and age, women are celebrated. And I agree with that 100%. So we know that these holidays are put in place to uplift people and things of that nature. So one thing I've noticed is after Valentine's Day was just passed, they flood us with information about Mother's Day, right? Which is fine. And women are celebrated that day comes. The curious thing to me is a month later it's Father's Day. There's no billboards, it's no celebration. You barely know that it's coming. The problem that I have with this is that for some reason, women want to be celebrated on Mother's Day and Father's Day. That's dysfunction. But that's what they want to create. They want to create separation, dysfunction, and confusion so we don't realize the things that we should be doing. Why would a woman want to be celebrated on Mother's Day and Father's Day? You don't see fathers that are single fathers wanting to be celebrated on Mother's Day, but it's just the plans they put in place for dysfunction and confusion creates a separation. If we understand that these are the things put in place to create separation, why do we continue down that path? Our goal should be to create unity because we said, and the Bible says, that it should be built on family, not separation. But when you put dysfunction and confusion in the world, you have women that want to be celebrated on Mother's and Father's Day. You have a movie coming out called Woman King, when we all know a woman's supposed to be the queen, the man is supposed to be the king. Just the title alone continues the dysfunction and confusion. If we don't wake up and get things back in order, you will see things start to spiral out of control, which it has been for years. So, people, my question to you is, how are we going to stop the dysfunction and the confusion? How are we going to unite instead of 360 degrees of separation? Help me out, people. As always, I welcome all comments, good, bad, or indifferent. But these are just my thoughts. I love to put information out in the world for people to think, for them to have a different perspective. Again, thank you for tuning in with Journey with Jay. I'll be back with more content. And like I said, I welcome all comments, good, bad, or indifferent. God bless.